So we do open with a cold open. We have an allegedly emotional season coming. We'll see.
Oh, please.
We see a runaway bride at least, and then we hear a woman, which was playing in the trailer, a woman saying, when the doors open, I knew that he had not seen me for the first time.
Yeah.
So there's somebody, one of these guys already knows who the fuck he's talking to, and he's still going along with it.
Yep.
I'm so curious who that is. Anyways, 89 Degrees and Sleeves are back. They say this is the biggest cast ever. This is the most people we've seen, which is interesting. And then, the pods are open. So we're going to go couple by couple, or like a love triangle by little love triangle. And so, okay, I'll start first with Daniel. Daniel's our short king.
Oh my
and
God.
Taylor, who lost her voice. For most of it. Have you ever lost your voice like this?
Yeah.
Me too. Once in my life. It was such a weird experience to talk and have no voice come out. I kind of like low-key liked it. I was like, this is so interesting that my body is doing this. My voice just failed me.
Such an introverted thing to say.
It was cool. I was like, I'm trying to speak and nothing is coming out. Wow. What is happening?
Yeah.
So anyways, Daniel, our little short king, she's really cute. I like Taylor.
I like
Super
Taylor
cute.
too.
Yeah. They're both, serious about making a family. He's looking for the mother of his kids, he keeps saying. His sister was born blind.
Yeah.
And so he said he's had the experience of watching her love people without seeing them. And so it made him very open to this kind of process, which I thought was kind of cute.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, they hit it off. She's not playing. This is what I know about Taylor. She's not playing. She's paying close attention. She called out, he would say things when he like agrees with her. He would say, oh, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And she was like, I just love that. I just feel like you're really like aligned with me.
We need a I love that counter. I did not do it throughout this episode because I was taking notes and whatever. But the amount of I love that I heard, I was, Natasha, I wanted to die. Oh my God.
But yeah, also, I don't know how much weight, Taylor, you should be given to that. That could just be the way he speaks. Like, that's just a
it's just a phrase.
Yeah, I don't think it means anything deeper. She's trying to make it deep, and I'm like, girl, I don't think it's that deep. But yeah, she says pretty early on that she feels at home with him. Like, that's a big signifier, big moment of like affirmation. And it came pretty early.
Yeah.
Her dad's name is also Daniel.
We got a couple of those. My dad's name is your dad's name.
Yeah.
We got quite a few, actually.
There's a few. Yeah. Could you date someone who had the same name as your dad?
Nope. Nope.
And your dad has like my dad. Okay, your dad has like a young man name.
Yeah.
My dad's name is Winston. And not that many Winstons around.
So. Our friend was literally dating a Jamaican guy, and we called him Winston as the nickname.
That's the nickname. Yeah. Such a Jamaican old school name. Yes. If I even found a Winston that'd be so crazy. My age. Anyways, her dad's name is Daniel. He's currently in cancer treatment. A lot of parents dealing with cancer or lost parents to cancer.
Yeah, taking care of families. A lot of people
caregiving.
Caregiving. Yeah.
That came up a lot too. But yeah, we didn't really see much of Taylor and Taylor. They seem like they're doing fine.
Yeah, they're fine. Taylor had on these boots that made me want to just lose my mind. They were knee-high, platform, pointed toe, white patent leather. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot. But Taylor,
sounds like a go-go dancer from the 50s type of boot.
It is.
That's what it is.
It's very Sabrina Carpenter of her. So
yeah. Oh, okay. That's what that is. Yeah. Okay, we have our one black little love triangle. Devin with Brittany. Get it right.
Why did
Brittany.
her mom do that to her?
And her whole life she's been correcting people when they say Brittany. It's Brittany.
She got to change it. I would
She's
change
proud.
it.
She's proud to be a Brittany. You can't tell her nothing.
The way I would change it to spite my parents. Because why would you do that to me?
Brittany. But it's spelled Brittany.
It's like, spelled Brittany.
It's not, but so it's just the pronunciation that they decided.
Yes.
You better pronounce them T's.
Yeah. And the tan.
Brittany. Yeah. I'm like, you can't do that. You have to spell it differently, at least.
If your name was Natasha, would you not change it?
Natasha.
Because if my name was Jasitney, I'd change it. What?
You can't tell her she's a proud Brittany.
Shout out to you, Brittany.
Shout out, I love her.
Brittany, excuse me. Brit. I'm calling you Brit.
Brit, let's just do Brit, yeah. So Devin is torn between Brit and Virginia, both very different women.
Yeah.
Does that give you pause?
Sure does.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like this has come up before on Love is Blind or Bachelor. Like when someone is torn between two and they're so polar opposite, it just makes me feel like you don't actually know what the hell you want.
Yeah, or one of them feels familiar and one of them feels brand new. And you don't know
who to go with. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, Britt, 34, gorgeous, love her. She's
gorgeous.
Bubbly.
Oh my God.
These braids are popping.
Yep. Bodying.
She connects with Devin because they both love basketball. She played and coached D1 basketball. So she's like legit.
Yeah.
And he currently coaches varsity girls high school basketball.
I love that it's the girls. I got very nervous.
I know. I love that. So yeah, they got the basketball connection. You can't tell them nothing. Like they're so already bonded on that, right? And being coaches, not even just players, coaching. He's 28. Ooh. So 6 years her junior.
Yeah.
I'm 35 now. Could I date a 29-year-old?
Girl, we were just talking about Jalen Hurts. Yes, you could. And so would I. He's 26. I don't care.
26.
That old Frankie Beverly listening, Kangol hat wearing nigga. Yeah, I would.
Oh God, this is also the Midwest too. I feel like the guys are probably a little bit more ready because everybody around them's been married for years.
They're like trained to be ready.
Yeah, to be ready, maybe. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, he's really into her. This is another one. Their dads are both named Willie Jr.
That's so crazy. And both Willie, no William.
No William, Willie, and both juniors.
Wow.
At one point, they were like, so where's your daddy from? Like, to confirm. You got a little side family? Like, what? Bit of a red flag with her, I think. Her dad doesn't know anything about the show.
Oh, yeah, because he talks too much or something?
Whatever excuse she gave, it didn't make no sense. Why doesn't your mother and your father know that you're about to be engaged to be married on television? That is fucking crazy.
How?
How? That's crazy.
Did your mom not tell your dad? You really think your mom didn't tell your dad?
I mean, but why don't you want to tell your dad? Your dad can't be finding out from other people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because then that also makes me feel like you don't take this process as seriously.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If it was the reverse, if the guy said, "Oh, I didn't tell my parents about this," I would immediately think that you can't possibly take this seriously.
That's true. Yeah.
So, Britt, what is that about? But interesting childhood. She grew up very sheltered. Like church going, gospel only, couldn't listen to hip hop. Like
that would make me nervous for the family.
I know, yeah. Like God fearing deacon Willie Jr., the deacon,
who can't know his daughter's on TV, like
right,
you know? And her mom,
God.
you know.
Now it's adding up. Okay, yep.
And her mom wouldn't let her be a tomboy, but also wouldn't let her be like be too much of like a 90s video girl, which is what we all wanted to be. You couldn't tell me I wanted to be Melissa Ford.
I know. Like, she did say that her mom didn't want her playing basketball because she was too much like a boy, but then she didn't want her doing the cheerleading because then she'd be dancing. Like, so very sheltered, controlled. There's a reason she didn't tell her dad. We gonna see it.
Yeah.
Devin, on the other hand, sounds like a nice family of 5 siblings. 3 of them are adopted, like, you know, kind of blended family vibes. What I like about Brittany and Devin, and where I feel like I'm rooting for them more than Virginia, who we'll get to in a second, she's also fab. They seem to have a very strong friendship foundation.
They do.
And right?
Yes.
And I don't have any concerns that they're both going to find each other attractive.
Not at all.
So I think this is what you want, right? You want the strong friendship vibes, and then you come out, you see each other like, oh, bet. And then you're, boom, off to the races with the physical attraction. So I feel good about them. But Devin is still talking to Virginia. Virginia's 33. She's a doctor. She's very cute, light-skinned, black girl.
Very Whitley Gilbert.
Yes. They actually went to the same high school, which is interesting. She's 5 years older.
Yep.
So another little age, gap. He seems fine about dating somebody older. Like it's nothing.
Yeah. Wow.
It's really on them to be like, do I want to do this?
Yeah.
But yeah, she is like quintessential boss babe, high achieving. I own my own shit. She used to be an NBA dancer, which is really cool.
That is cool, yeah.
And she's really here trying to date just against her type.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to find someone different. I don't want to date what I used to date, which we don't hear too much about who she used to date or what type of dude. I think the only thing she says is she's never dated a nice guy before.
I was going to say, I can guess. As an NBA dancer.
Yeah, ballers. Ballers, right? So yeah, she is just every bit of opposite to Brittany. She said she said she was the girl in high school who wore heels to school every day.
Oh man, I was bullied out of that role.
You were trying to do that at our high school?
No, not ours. No, in college though.
Oh, you're trying to be strutting down the college walk?
Yeah. And people were like, "Where the fuck are you going?"
Girl, put your sweats on and get to class. Yeah.
No, I was like, "What?" I didn't have a backpack. I had a purse.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tell us you're not an all girl school girl without telling us you're an all girl school kind of girl.
I was dressing for Spelman fully.
Yeah. Oh my god, hilarious. So yeah, she's more of a girly girl, loves the heels, the glam, like very not Brittany at all.
But said that she would be his cheerleader, which is fulfilling one of his fantasies in his bio.
I'm sure. But he admits that he usually goes for more girls like Brit, like sporty, athletic types. So he's kind of dating against his type in a way with, entertaining Virginia. But yeah, his concern with her, which we see, he wants to get deeper with her. She's a bit guarded. I think she's coming in jaded and tired of these niggas. And so I think she's she's got a guard up for sure in a way that's different than Britt, who's very like bubbly, open, talking about all the things.
Yeah. And open about things. We just criticize her parents up, right, left, and right. Okay. And then I think with Virginia, I think she's hiding behind the stereotype of being a baddie, a boss baddie,
a boss bitch. Yeah. Oh my God. What else? Who are you behind all of that?
Yeah. How'd you get there? Yeah. Like, and what do you want to be in the future? Oh, I want to be pregnant with a baby on my hip and making tacos and selling this and selling. I'm like, girl, you're not going to be doing all that at the same goddamn time. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Just living in kind of like fantasies and platitudes and stereotypes. I want to know more about her as a person.
For sure. And he's receptive. He picked up on it. He's like, I feel like he said something in his confessional. I feel like she's hiding something or guarding something. And so we'll see if he can, crack her. Joey and Monica having a blast. These two.
Oh my God. These two are like two fireworks in the pods. God,
truly. So you got Joey, golden retriever, got the hair to match.
Literally, yeah.
Literally. They immediately bond over they're both into swing dancing,
which is so athletic.
That's very athletic. Oh my God. Very impressive, honestly. Very impressive. But like such a niche little community, like there's no way.
From Minnesota, tell us, is this a thing that you all do?
You all in Minnesota?
Is this a Midwestern thing though? Because I can see that being a Midwestern hobby, like how we have like mad pottery.
Yeah,
they might have mad
swing dancing out here. I used to dance or go to dance school. There's always a swing dancing like class and there's people who are into those. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
So good for them. But yeah, the minute they found that out, they were like locked in. Like that's it. They're done. But yeah, her family. She shares this from Chile. He's super close with his family. He comes from a house full of women. He has like 5 sisters. Yeah. They're all his best friends. He was definitely giving a guy who grew up with 5 sisters. Yep. He lost one of his sisters. She passed away. So he kind of shared that. But he honestly seems like a nice guy. Like very cheery, very cheerful. They bond over the sound of music. Like they just have really quirky interests.
They're what they bond over, is and what he looks like specifically tells me a lot about how they could not meet people in real life. You know, you meet this man who's got hair down to his shoulders. He's wearing Hawaiian shirts 24/7. He swing dances and he's into the sound of music. You're out. Not dating that man. But if you're in the pods and you like the sound of music, you don't know what he looks like.
Right.
And then he comes out and he looks like fucking Thor. There you go. It's fantastic.
There you go. Yeah, she might not have like peeped him in real life just by how he looks. He's like kind of, we learned he played football. Like he's kind of like Bilt, has the hair or whatever. But yeah, he's kind of interesting. He was homeschooled. He was like a big dork, he said, going into school. Like, thank God for football. He joined the football team that kind of like saved him. Got a lot of offers to D1 schools, but ultimately decided to stay home and go to a nearby school and help his mom take care of his younger sister. Which that was nice. He just like has a big heart. Like that's a huge sacrifice to have a ton of D1 offers on the table. You decide to stay home to like help with the family. Like that's huge. He paid his way through college. He said his mom is terrible with finances.
So he bought a property knowing she would be
out on the street.
God,
he knows his mama. He said, look, eviction notice is on the way. So I need to get my shit together. Oh my God. So yeah, he's, you know, a lot of weight on his shoulders, a lot of, he's the man of the household type of vibe is what it was giving. I didn't really hear him say much about his dad, really.
No.
So it really was giving like mom, sisters, and then he's there. Like, to kind of guide everybody as the man. She could relate because she's also caregiving currently. Her grandma's sick, sounds like Alzheimer's. She is currently in between jobs because she's home helping take care of grandma. Which is also like the fact that they could both kind of bond over that, that caregiving experience. Not a lot of people can understand that. To give up something to take care of somebody, like to make a sacrifice of your own life to take care of another person.
Make sure that the end of that person's life is as peaceful as possible. You're not even really trying to like save them for like a long time. Like you're trying to just make sure they're comfortable for their last whatever.
Yeah. And also, it's just like, it's the most underappreciated job.
Oh my God. Yep.
I mean, fuck this country and this government. Like, caregivers should be paid. Like, which I think it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I think it's like state by state. Certain states have different grants or programs you can get, but it's just like a thankless job to like take care of a sick one or a loved one. Or so that was really cool that they were, you know, another way, very niche thing that they like connect on. These two. Before you know it, they get engaged.
It was really fast with these two.
Really fast.
No surprise though.
Not at all. The one thing with Joey, he's nice. I could not be with a guy with this voice. This voice is so unattractive to me. I could not do this voice at all. It's just so like, oh my God, like.
He answers the phone. He says, "Yellow."
Ew.
He does.
Bless him. He's so kind. He seems like he means well. He's like genuinely excited, but like this voice, I could not. The fact that she's like going back into the pods to hear this, but she's falling in love with this voice. I'm like, woo. Glad it's you, girl, because it couldn't be me.
Well, I'm so happy for these two people.
Me too. I really am. So time for them to meet. I just love also how like regular they are. Like,
I know she was wearing a dress that was sateen.
Very much so. And they're both cute, but like regular. I feel like we've seen some like model looking people on Love is Blind, which I hate. I'm like, what is the point of this show if you bring on everybody who looks like a 10? Like, so I just kind of like that about the two of them. And yeah, they see each other. It's a lot of laughs, a lot of giddiness.
Oh my God. So much laughing.
So much laughing, so much giddiness. Honestly, it seemed like very Friends vibe to me.
It gave Friends, but it also gave like too excited to even function. The two of them are so excited they both found somebody this much in common.
Yeah.
And you come out, you're not like a toad.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
Like I could work with you.
I could work with this. Yeah.
And they just got so excited.
So like literally two golden retrievers. Their tail is like wagging crazy. Both of them. It was really cute. They finally, he like asked her, "Can I kiss you?" And they like give a little peck. No tongue. No like
nothing
really sexual, honestly. So I'm like really curious about these honeymoons when they kind of pump it up a notch.
I'm curious about what they're into, what these kind of people are into. If you swing dancing, nigga, I expect you to be hanging upside down.
I mean, if you are throwing girls in the air and under your legs and all this, he must got some tricks up his sleeve. We'll see with Joey over here.
Yeah, and she must have some on hers too. I know you can do the splits.
Oh, for sure. She's got to, right? That's like one of the moves. They like do a split down and then the guy picks him back up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Right? Girl, you don't need to see me on video. You know what I mean? You
triangle.
can see my legs right now are like in a little pseudo split. Like, oh god. So yeah, Joey and Monica, we'll see them in Mexico, wherever the fuck. Next, we have, I'm calling him Church on Sunday Ben.
Oh,
and
Ben
Sarah.
Hameen.
Ben Hameen goes to church every Sunday, and Sarah, who has a gay sister. So this is going to be interesting.
And Catholic trauma.
So. Oh, God. So Sarah, cute blonde girl, oncology nurse.
Yeah.
Going in, she says she has no physical type. She generally just goes for funny guys, but all her boyfriends like look totally different. Ben is really cute, I think. I think he's really cute.
He is very cute. Yeah, he's got nice hair, nice dimples.
Very cute. His parents are divorced, or his parents were divorced. Both of his siblings are married, and then both of his parents got remarried. So he has a strong allegiance to love and finding a person and just like believes this could happen, wants to get married. So that's nice. Like he seems committed at least. He comes from a strong Christian background. They both connect over faith and like they both believe in a higher power, right? But for her, she grew up in the Catholic Church. Her sister's gay, and she just hates the hypocrisy of Catholicism.
Yeah.
He says he agrees.
Yeah.
So he also kind of gives a little bit more context, like, you know, he identifies as Christian, right? He goes to church every Sunday, but he like hates the word religion and much prefers the word faith.
Yeah.
And it's just saying a lot of things that I don't trust.
Me either. When he said, some of my friends are that way.
That way. Christine, I have it in my notes as well.
I said that way.
You have zero friends who are gay because you are afraid to even say the word gay. Like
he can't even say it.
He can't even say it.
That way and like that. They opened my eyes to it. Like all kinds of talking around. Why can't you say the word gay?
Nah.
Why are you afraid of the word gay?
Yeah. But he swears up and down he's here for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, when you ask him, he says, yes, love is for... But he gives that answer. Yes, everyone deserves love. Love is for everyone. That's not what I asked you. Like he was answering him a real like Republican on the stand, getting ready to like go and be admitted into the government.
Trying to be very politically correct because he knows, right? I can't say I'm Christian, but then I'm going to tell you right now I don't believe in LGBTQ rights. You know,
he for knows his family or whatever. Like,
right?
There's like people that he's thinking about who are going to hear what he's saying. Right?
Yeah, but he also knows how stupid it sounds to say out loud, which a lot of these people do. Yeah, I'm Christian. I love everybody, but I don't believe that they should have rights over there. I don't believe in that. He knows, so he's kind of trying to figure it out in this process in the fucking pods right now, honestly. But I think he's like very in between. But she also just said she has a gay sister, so he's really trying to be like, I can't really be fully open about what the fuck is going on with me and my community. You know what I mean? I don't trust it. I don't trust it not one bit. Not one bit. So yeah, he reveals to her he goes to church every Sunday. She doesn't, but she's like, I'd be open to it.
Girl, no, you not. Stop
No,
lying.
you not. That's what I'm saying. Not. Stop, Sarah. You ain't trying to go to no damn church.
You trying to go to the church with the rainbow flag outside? He's not trying to go over there.
He's not going there. That's not his church. So they had this very weird moment. He came back. It was like their second date or third date back into the pods. He comes back into the pods and like immediately is like, I just want you to know that like, I want to clear up the conversation from yesterday. Like, I really am like okay with your sister being gay. And Sarah, I've been about to give you the illest setup.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
The worst.
He's doing too much already. Why did you feel so compelled to come back to talk about this again?
And still, in a way, I don't know if he even said gay still in that moment.
Right. There's something. He's walking on eggshell. There's something he's thinking about people. Or there's something off about this. He's not just this open, loving, I'm here for LGBTQ, like in the way that she's looking for. He's not that.
Nope.
But he's trying to present as that in the best way that he knows how. Because he knows that's like the better look.
Right. And he knows he's not going to get her. He doesn't have anybody else in the pods. Right. He's believing in love, right? All the way around for everybody.
Yeah.
So whack, Ben. Oh,
it feels very performative and disingenuous. Yeah. I feel like he in his heart might be okay with gay people.
Maybe.
But his church and his community absolutely for damn sure ain't. I don't think he's going to a church with the gay flag outside. But I think if anything, he's at a church that's saying gay people going to hell.
Which means that you don't support gay people
if that's where you're going. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what that means. So like
that's true. Yeah.
Either
way, Sarah is a no. I don't trust Sarah, this. Run. This.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like you said, the fact that he kept bringing it up. And if we know anything about people with these phobias, they keep bringing it up.
They're obsessed with it.
They're obsessed with it.
Homophobic people are obsessed with gay people.
Yes.
They think about it way more than me and you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's exactly what it was. Like, why did you bring it up again? You were thinking about it some more.
Like, even if you know somebody who's hiding in the closet, they bring up like gay like homosexuality a lot. They bring like if anybody calls them gay, they have a meltdown and freak out. Like so he's triggered. Ben is sitting here triggered that she's like, "Are you homophobic?" And he's like,
yeah. It was too many humnas, Ben. So we watching you. I'm glad we had the same energy with this.
I was so done. So was Crunch. Crunch was watching with me. He was like, "What's wrong with this man?
What's wrong? Something is off. You are not presenting the way you think is coming off. We see you immediately, Ben." Anyways, on to Dave, Molly, and Lauren. So Dave works in medical aesthetics. So Botox filler, like that world. And claims he previously has cared a lot about a woman's looks. He ain't even really a looker himself to me. That's the point.
Natasha.
I hate when it's that person who's like, I mean, I used to be so shallow. And I'm like, it's coming out of your face. Like,
and you adjust faces. Right, so
for
like
a living,
for a living, and you think that that's like tainted how you think women should look. That tells me a lot about you. You're pretty weak-minded young man. Is what that tells me. Like,
he claims he's trying to change. He's like, I used to be shallow. It hasn't worked, so I'm trying something different. So
and now you're involving Lauren and Molly in your quest to not be an asshole. Now you have to propose to one of these two?
Literally.
I hate this guy. This guy drives me nuts. This is like Clay.
Yes. You on your journey, you gonna drag me in the mud through your journey of self-discovery. I don't want it. Keep me out of it. Keep me out of this.
And now I'm in here in a love triangle with Molly?
Oh, please. No. So first we meet Lauren. So I'm Team Lauren.
Me too. I like Lauren. Yeah.
I like Lauren a lot.
Team Lauren being single.
Lauren for Lauren. Yeah. I'm Team Lauren. Not necessarily Lauren and Dave, but here we go. So cute white girl. She was a teacher. She's just very sweet, very easy to talk to. She has a fuck the patriarchy tattoo. A little bit of edge to her. And yeah, she seems sweet. So she talks about how you learn about love and how to show love is from how your parents loved you as a kid. Do you think that's true? Do you believe that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it myself. I was like, how did my parents show me love, and how is that displayed in how I show love currently? I feel like my parents gave me a lot of freedom and like support, kind of like unconditional support. My parents are very affectionate. My mom is very affectionate in particular, and like emotional too. Like I could feel emotionally safe with her.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are ways that I show up now. Like I would hope, I mean, you have to ask Nate, but with Nate, it's like I'm very support, like whatever you want to do. You want to quit your job?
Yeah.
Like,
You are like that actually.
Yeah, I'm here, like just unconditional. Like I want you to follow your heart, and you know, I'm very affectionate. I'm very, you know, openly emotional. Like, so I was like, oh, that checks.
Yeah.
I didn't think about drawing that line though. Like that came from somewhere. How my parents showed it to me is how now I'm showing it to others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
you
today.
That with you?
Even today, it's Valentine's Day today. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Oh yeah.
That we're recording. And my family is huge into Valentine's Day. We love it.
Really?
Yes, I get a card every year. My dad usually gets me like a little gift, a little something. Aww. Now that I'm married, he doesn't give me anything, but it's fine, whatever.
She's not pressed at all, guys.
It's fine. But yeah, we're big into Valentine's Day. We send cards. It's like a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're big into like the written word. We like to write in cards, all these like, you know, sentiments and things like that. And I usually actually, I guess because I'm in therapy now, thinking about how it negatively shows up, and it sharply negatively shows up. I'm the oldest daughter. My parents were tougher on me than my brother. Yeah. And I showed up, you know, differently in those ways. And then it was a lot of like, just keep going, tough it out, keep going, tough it out. You don't have like, you have to make sacrifices. This is how life is, like that type of thing.
Okay.
And when that shows up in my marriage, it's terrible. It sucks. But I rarely think about the positive, but on days like today, it's nice because I know what to do on days like Valentine's Day.
The positive ways that the way they showed you love.
Yeah.
Crazy. We are just a reflection of our parents.
Oh yeah.
Like it all comes back to childhood.
And we all fuck it up. We're all just in therapy trying to figure out what the fuck happened before.
What happened. Yeah. Before we fuck up our kids next.
Which we will. It's like inevitable.
The cycle. God. Wait, where am I? Lost my spot. And then they talk siblings a little bit. Dave's sister is not into this process.
Yeah. I would like to just bring up something really fast with Mr. David. As soon as Lauren introduced herself and she said she was 30, he said, "So you're no longer attractive?"
He had these weird little opening lines that they were trying to be like jokey or interesting to like set himself apart in the pods, but like there was no punchline.
That's how you know. Okay, first of all, he's a salesman, right? This is a white man salesman in the middle of America. This man relies a lot on the how accepted he is visually, because there was not a punchline to be heard in these alleged jokes.
And there was a lot of women, I'm sure, that just like crossed his name off the list. The joke didn't land. And they're like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah.
But usually he has his face or something to go along with it. And he don't have it here. And
his charm. Yep. His charm, his vibe. He's selling to people who are already very self-conscious about how they look. And so he's poking at that. And that doesn't work everywhere. Why are you doing that here?
I don't know. He's trying to be funny and it's just not funny.
Oh, I hate that. That would kill me. That is my, like how you said you couldn't date somebody with that voice. This I could never do.
To me neither. Hell no. How are you not aware that there's no punchline, but you delivered it anyway? Like that don't even make no sense.
You constantly have to clarify that you're joking.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. Oh God, I'm worried about his sister now too, because his sister is not into this process.
Yeah.
She apparently told him none of the girls in the pods are going to be good for you, or good enough for you.
For you?
So
I'm excited to meet her because
I'm excited to meet her. Who are you, girl?
Because Dave ain't nothing. So who are you?
And how are you to talk about the girls in the pod? They're not good enough for you. Like, we learned that Dave a little bit ain't shit. So and we haven't even gotten to it all yet. So okay, sis. Anyways, Dave also lost his mom. Yeah. So another person who's lost a parent. This was kind of sad. He said he grew up in the same house whole life. His dad sold the house after the mom passed away. He didn't go back to the house. It's like a big regret of his. Yeah, to go say goodbye.
You can definitely go say goodbye still now.
People might live there though. You can't go in.
Knock on the door and say, "Hey, I used to live here.
Can I come inside?
Can I just walk around the back and say goodbye to the flowers?"
No,
people do that. Oh my god, have you ever seen when J-Lo did that and the guy didn't know who she was?
What?
I gotta send it to you. She went back to her house in the Bronx. She was like, "Hey, I'm Jennifer Lopez," and he was like, "Okay."
Yes, I do remember this. Was this like an MTV special or some shit? Like J-Lo goes back to the block. I remember that. Jenny goes back to the block. Some shit. Yeah, I remember.
Jenny goes back to the block.
Something like that. And they were like, she was all like her cameras. And
yeah.
They were like, "Sis, move along, get out the way. You're walking too slow. I gotta catch my subway. Get the move it." Like nobody cared.
Oh god.
Oh god. Now, back in the quarters, Lauren's not saying shit about who she's dating, right? Keeping it real to herself, as everybody is. Molly, for whatever reason, was so showing her head that Sarah was dating Dave.
Okay.
And so in this conversation where Lauren's sitting there, she just like drops casually. Or actually, I think she whispers to Lauren, "Oh, it's Dave." Because she was so positive that was Sarah.
Yes. And she does the loud whisper that I cannot stand. About, "It's Dave."
Why are you even cupping your mouth? Like, we all can hear you, girl. Like, so that sucks because Lauren did not want to know that. Didn't think it would be Molly. I don't know what Lauren also kind of messed up by being like, "So who is it? You know, if you don't want to share and you don't want to know, then don't, don't involve yourself in that conversation at all." But now here she is. She knows that Molly's the other woman, and Molly doesn't know because Lauren's still not sharing. So yeah, that kind of puts Lauren a little bit in a tailspin. She goes back into the pods, tells Dave that she's kind of going through it, and he is honest that he is talking to somebody else. But they do ultimately confess their feelings for each other. Like, "I really like you. I really like you," like back and forth. They talk kids. They talk about running a household. He tells her openly he can see himself proposing to her.
Oh, Dave. Oh my god.
But then, big red flag on Dave. In his confessional, we see him talking about, well, Lauren's a teacher. Maybe she's like nerdy looking. Molly's a dancer. So maybe. So it seems like he's going to fall back on his
aesthetics.
Aesthetics. What he thinks these girls are going to look like based on their careers, which tells me he hasn't learned that much.
No, not at all. You don't even know that much about teachers. He was like, "Oh, you're so wild." I'm like, teachers are wild. You didn't know? They have great hours and they get the summers off. Teachers are crazy.
They out here. Yeah. Yeah. So Molly now, cute little redhead. Her thing is she's never been in a relationship. Which sounds like he hasn't really much either. He sounds dated a lot, but couldn't really speak to like a relationship, right?
Oh no, he did. Didn't he cheat?
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll get to that. So but clearly doesn't take these relationships seriously, is what he said.
That's yeah.
But anyways, they were both raised Catholic, went to Catholic school, so they, bonded on that a lot. He talks a little bit more about his mom, who passed 6 years ago. She had breast cancer. And he said very cryptically, his mom was really big on making sure that he had integrity and that he, was doing the right things. And he feels guilty because he's not always had the integrity. He's not always done the right thing. And he's trying to be better, trying to be more intentional. Just kind of drops that and just like exits the conversation.
So sometimes I'm a liar.
Yeah. swoops in.
What?
Huh?
And he's breaking up parts of this story, right? Because now I'm like,
Oh my
is that why you
God.
can't go back to your house?
Oh, because the guilt, you mean?
Because of the guilt. Your mom told you stop being a
disappoints his
liar.
mom.
Stop just going up for these girls. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. So you just told
Mm-hmm.
one part of the story here and then one part of the story there.
Yeah. He really, this cheating story got parsed the fuck out, girl. He told Molly this over the course of like 4 dates. Like, oh my God. So at one point we do see her trying to bring back up that integrity comment. Like, what's that about?
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of quickly jokes, and then they kind of just like go off into joking.
I know, because she lets it though.
That's
I see why
my
she's never
issue.
had a relationship before. I get it now.
This is my issue with her.
Yeah.
Because he brought up something very cryptic, so cryptic that you felt the need to have to bring it up to him again.
Mm-hmm.
And he jokes his way out of it like that.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't dive back in. She didn't push him on it. Nothing. And I feel like she's just too agreeable.
Yeah.
And when you pay attention to her, she agrees with pretty much everything he says.
Everything. She wants to be the cool girl really bad.
Really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And she just doesn't challenge him. She doesn't, ask any deeper questions on things. Well, what did that do to you? Or what did you think about that? She just, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Oh yeah, me too. Everything is yeah, me too. Everything she agrees with. But it makes me feel like I don't even actually know who she is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she hasn't given us any real opinions or concerns or thoughts of her own.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is, oh my God, yeah. Who the fuck is Molly?
I know. And she doesn't also, even with the integrity comment, she started with a compliment.
Okay.
She's like, oh, I thought
Gives
it was
him
so
an out.
admirable that you, are now you think about integrity because your mom told you, right? And he's like, yeah, right. What?
Just gives him the out, gives him the answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, they, she owns a house, he's entrepreneurial, so they have like things that they bond on. Like they both weren't like very academically inclined, and school did bad in school, so like they have these little things that they kind of. That's a red flag.
The two of you couldn't make it through high school?
If I flunked out of high school, I'm not looking to date or marry no other guy who failed out of high school. Hell no, I'm trying to elevate my life, sis. The hell? They were like, oh my God, me too. And that just like bonded them closer. But again, she agrees with everything. So
Everything.
it don't matter to her. So then he finally, round 3, explains this whole integrity thing when he so casually drops the bomb that his last relationship ended because he cheated.
And he says, oh, it shouldn't even be a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not really relevant.
It's not who I am today. Like, it's not like, shouldn't really care.
Mm-hmm. The preface, the lead up to revealing that he cheated, he tried to downplay it so much.
I was thinking like he had no big toe or like it's something, you know what I mean? Like something that really is inconsequential. So your last relationship.
Ended because you cheated. And you lean
high school, not college. This is the last time you seriously dated somebody, and you trying to sit over here and gaslight me first and tell me
it's not a big deal. I can't. It's not relevant. Oh my God. So then he, immediately is like, I'll never do it again. It was so stupid. Mm-hmm. And then again, cryptically says, if ever I go to a bachelor party and girls come up to me like, I'm not even going to entertain them. So you fucked a bitch on a bachelor party. You went to Vegas with your boys and fucked some hoe and came back to me.
Someone. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what
hell no.
Yeah. You just pretended that you two were single that weekend.
Right. You got so drunk, because I'm sure he blamed it on the alcohol too.
Oh, you know it.
He got so drunk, he entertained some girl. So you can't hold your liquor is also what you're telling me. Nah. Nope.
No. You gotta go.
You gotta go. I'm sorry. You gotta go. You're not owning it. The way you told this story is so sus. You clearly haven't really processed what you did because you're not even willing to really take full accountability here. You're trying to tell me it's not a big deal. Like,
right.
No, you've not really learned yet about what you did wrong that ended a last relationship. You betray somebody's trust. Nah, it's a no. So Miss Molly, of course, breezes right on past.
Yep, doesn't care.
Doesn't give a fuck. she also shares that she participated in helping a man cheat by being the other woman. So
doesn't shock me in the least.
They both got integrity issues. God damn it! Like
they both got integrity issues, and they both can't go to school. How is this going to be? But they both want to have so much fun because they have so much fun together.
I'm really done with her because a man just told you he cheated and it ended his last relationship, and you have no questions.
And he told you up front that it's not a big deal.
That's what
I have the most questions about. It's not a big deal to you?
That gave her zero pause.
None. She said, oh, wow, I'm so glad you're honest with me.
Yeah. And since we're being honest, I was the other woman in my last relationship, so...
So our match made in heaven.
Literally. But I'll never do it again. That was enough for her. Like, that was... it, and just the fact that she's so quick to forgive and not really dig, that's weird.
That's
weird. You know, I'm not into that.
Me either.
Friend, I have a would you rather.
Oh, okay.
On the topic of Dave and Molly and their cheating ass, lying ass ways.
Sure.
Would you rather date a man who cheated on his girl or date a man who was the other man in a cheating scandal?
Absolutely the other man.
Okay.
Because you could not know you're the other man.
He knows, though. The same way that Molly knew.
Oh.
So you openly knew. Which one you going for? Dave or Molly? Right? It's icky.
That's hard. Then I actually might want to go for Dave. Actually, okay. This is really toxic and sexist of me, but... If I, as a woman dating men, I would still maybe go for the other man. Because maybe her boyfriend wasn't shit. Maybe it was her baby daddy. Maybe it was like a situation, right? I'm just like banking on the fact that the other man was not shit.
So you're giving them an out?
Yeah. And then if it's a girl, I'm like, oh, no, why don't you stand up for you did that to another woman?
You did that to another woman. I know. Yeah, I feel like the man being the other man does give me a lot of pause because something about it feels almost more sneaky and deceptive than the person who just openly cheated.
You're helping someone cheat.
Yes. You're fine with being the other person and you're also condoning them cheating on their person, right?
Yeah,
it's like almost a double wrong in a way. But I don't want neither of these situations. Honestly, this is really rough. But I'm looking at Molly too. Like, damn. So he's a cheater, but you was participating in some cheating, like knowingly. She said it was somebody who was like an ex or somebody that she had known, had feelings for. Which is tough. I'm sure that catches a lot of people, right? But the two of you, match made in heaven for real. We also see them talk politics, which was interesting.
Horrific. Do you mean horrific when you say interesting?
They both were giving like, I'm an independent. That's what I was getting from them.
Yeah, two Bernie or busters. Two like, you know what I mean? Like with.
I didn't vote last time, but maybe this time
I'll
vote. Like,
I wrote
just
in my mom's name. Yeah, some dumb shit. Like they don't care really.
Don't really care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said something like, well, or I think she said her parents had different political beliefs. And he was like, yeah, I have some friends I don't agree with. Like, I think it's so stupid that you can't like get along with someone who has like opposing beliefs. And I was like, all right.
Oh, sir.
Okay.
And when she was so nonchalant about it, I was like, girl, you can't be nonchalant about shit like this. This is how we got into this situation we're in right now.
Exactly.
Because, girl, you think they ain't coming for your Nuva ring, bitch? You think it's because you don't need an abortion today that like that does not gonna affect you?
She don't care.
Oh my god,
she don't care. And she just I don't know if this is her. I don't know who Molly is, to be quite honest. Like, is this her or is she just matching his energy? Always?
Yeah, it could be that.
Right? He started off like, I think it's so dumb. She's like, yeah, it is. Like, she just matches everything he says. I don't even actually know if she believes that. You know?
I know. Yeah, I don't know what she believes in. Like, she's not firm on things.
Nothing.
But I know who she is, though.
That exactly.
You know.
So anyways, they also get to a point where they talk marriage proposals. What if we, what if. So he's done this now with Lauren and Molly. So we see back in the women's quarters, the ladies have a little fun time. They build a fort.
Yeah.
And Molly shares that Dave told her she was his number one.
Number one. Yeah.
Which I don't remember hearing him say the.
I didn't see that, but maybe she did.
Okay, because I rewinded it back, and I was like, he definitely didn't say that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Else. I don't know about that.
So, but it's just annoying because Lauren was right there.
Right there.
So that's getting in her head, obviously. And he didn't even say that. So, the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you think Lauren at that point should have said something? Do you think she should just keep playing coy, keep it to herself, right?
Keep it. Yep.
Yeah. All right, last but certainly not least, we
certainly
have
not.
Madison, who is torn between Alex and Mason, who is torn between Madison and Meg. So first up for Madison, we meet Alex. I love Alex.
Love him.
I think he is so adorable.
When I tell you we tore him to bits in our cast bios,
because this blue mock turtleneck Alex, this cobalt blue mock turtleneck with these mismatching jeans and these mismatched shoes. This outfit is crazy.
Ooh, horrific.
But he's so sweet. So we learned he had a rough high school, right? He had acne, big afro, used to eat in the lunchroom. He used to eat lunch in the bathroom. That makes me so sad.
So sad. And it seemed like it was a lot. It seemed like it was very often.
He was severely bullied, we learned. But he's obviously had a glow up. He's cute. And so, but he's like, I'm still that guy. Like underneath all of this, like I am still that guy, you know? So he meets Madison. Madison's like a cool girl. She's from the cornfields of Indiana.
Yep.
Very interesting life story.
Crazy.
For being 30 years old or however old she is.
Yeah.
From cornfields of Indiana. She lived in Paris for a little bit, lived in Jordan. She learned Arabic. She taught English. She's now an artist, a working artist. Just super cool. A lot of depth, a lot of backstory to her life. So she had a rough childhood. Mom was an addict. Got pregnant with her in rehab.
Whoa.
So her dad was obviously not around because both of them were addicts. Then her stepdad ended up dying of an overdose when she was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
She spent most of her life parenting her mother. So now they have like a very tense relationship because her mom is exhausting.
Yeah.
She's at least close to her siblings, so that's good. But she is very aware. She's like, I'm breaking a lot of generational curses. Like I'm doing a lot of work over here. And they kind of both bond over having like a rough start to their childhood. As we said, he was like severely bullied, was like beat up every day at school.
Yeah.
He had severe ADHD, flunked out of high school, got kicked out of his house, had to go figure out his life on his own. And she was also bullied. Just like they really were able to bond heavy over just having a very rough pass. They talk about some real shit.
Yeah.
I actually really liked watching them.
That's why I like Alex.
Right. I'm really rooting for Alex in this. E flat out asks her, you know, what do you like in conflict? Like just coming in with the quote, looking for a wife. Let's get to it. She says she grew up with a very angry dad, so she's like not an angry person by default of that. He shares his past relationship. He was cheated on, broke up with her. You know, she shared that she's been cheated on several times. That's why she's been single for 2 years, just learning not to put up with shit. Then they talk attachment styles.
Love that he even knew what that
meant.
Which
he brought that up, right?
He did. He brought it
again.
Up.
She's an avoidant attachment.
Yes, open about it.
Very open about it. Also seems to check with her past. She's dealt with a lot of abandonment, having to take her herself, people disappointing her. So that's her tendency, is to run, to avoid hurt and disappointment. He is anxious attachment. Needs a lot of validation. So he doesn't feel like he's not good enough. So this is tough. An avoidant and an anxious are falling in love.
Oh man.
And Alex in particular was like, oh, fuck. Because he knows what this means. It's going to be tough. This is tough.
And it's harder on him than it is on her. Sorry.
Because he's chasing after her constantly. Yeah. So she's very much an open book, which I really appreciate. Like, she's not afraid to talk about pretty much anything. She gave a lot of context. Like, I'm avoidant, or I was avoidant because she was like, I literally wrote a letter to my parents. It's drugs or me, and they chose the drugs. They didn't choose me. Yeah. So that's like some deep seated. Your parents told you basically to your face, it ain't you, girl. We going over here. So of course that's impacted her and made her avoidant with love, right? He's flat out honest that like that really scares him. Yep. He said his previous relationship, she was an extreme avoidant. Oh my God. So he's done this already. Yeah,
that's why he's over it. That's why he doesn't want to go with her.
Yeah, he's really scared about that. So that they have that whole conversation. That's giving him he's scared. He just flat out says he's scared about this. Then they have this kind of like weird conversation about sex and like physical connection.
I had to rewind this and rewatch it. I still don't know really what they're saying.
I think they edited it weird. Okay. I think we missed some content. I had to rewatch it too, and I was like, why is there such an awkwardness to this convo? What am I missing? What happened?
I don't know.
So she basically warns him that she's not a first date kisser, right? She really needs to be emotionally connected to someone to get physical. She also shares that she's from a religious background, so she had a lot of shame around sex because it was always taboo. So much so that she didn't have sex until she was 22. And she kind of just like puts it all out there, right?
Right.
And then we just see like this very awkward, quiet.
It got real tense in there.
Tense moment. But I feel like we missed something because I don't know why Alex was so quiet. Like, I didn't get where it was just weird, right?
It seems like he was given some sort of ultimatum or question or something that he had to answer. And he was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. Now I'm nervous. But we don't know what that question was or that ultimatum.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments, y'all, if we missed something or
yeah.
What was up with this scene? It was very odd.
Very strange. And then I went to her Instagram. I said, well, girl, what?
Out here busting wide open on Instagram.
Which, great, but
good for you, girl. Yeah. What? So yeah, strange, another weird kind of tense conversation. And then, he kind of shares with her that he has some thinking to do because he's like, honestly, the attachments thing is really freaking me out. And then he's also questioning whether he is actually really attracted to her and connected to her, or if he's falling into his usual type.
Same old.
Which hearing that has to sting. I felt for her. He was being honest. That was like some heavy honesty right there.
Yeah.
But that kind of sucks. Like, you don't know if you like me or it's just I'm this like archetype of a person that you just like are traumatized into falling for all the time. Fuck.
I'm your toxic pattern.
Yeah.
Or I'm your wife. You don't know which one.
You don't know which one. That sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, they get back into the pods. She sensed last time, obviously, that he was having a lot of hesitation, so she gifts him her little teddy bear. That she always keeps.
I was like, you can't show that you're not avoidant by giving one gift, one little thoughtful gift.
I know.
That's not the way to do it. But
it's like her little piece. Whatever. What can you do though in these pods?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not much, so it's just her little peace offering, you know. And then she tries to assure him, like, I used to be avoidant. That's not who I am currently. You know, you used to be anxious. We're not those people anymore. It's like, Madison. Just because you're declaring it now doesn't make it true.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I was laughing. She's like, well, I used to be. You used to be anxious. I'm like, I don't think he said he used to be. He said he's anxious attachment currently. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, he apologizes for shutting down, kind of making her feel like she was being punished for her past, and you know, which I appreciated that he can own that.
Yeah.
Then she finally shares with him that she's dating someone else in the pods, and that person is dating someone else as well. But she tells Alex that it doesn't really bother her that he's dating somebody else.
Dating someone else.
And she ultimately tells him, I wouldn't mind focusing on just you. Which I feel like there's but so much you can do in the pods, but they've really like tested their connection and they've done as much testing as one can do in this kind of process. They've been super, super open and honest with each other. They've said scary things. Hey, that scares me, and for them to still come back and be like, but I really do like you. I think we can make this work. I just like seeing that kind of development in the pods. I like them. I really like them a lot.
I need Madison to say that to Mason and break it off with Mason instead of just...
Yeah, I know.
This is her avoidant. This is that avoidant shit. You're avoiding actually confronting what you need to do. So I don't believe you that you actually like Alex. I think you're lying. I think that you like having two niggas on the roster. And you are waiting for the first one to jump and tell you, no, you're my girl. Yeah. And that's who you're going to go with.
I hear that. I think she definitely is waiting for someone to declare. And that's going to push her in one direction. Yeah. They also had Alex and Madison had another little tense moment.
They had a lot.
Yeah, because she's got
a lot going on.
How old is she? 30? She's lived like 4 lives in these 30 years. I don't remember what they're talking about, but she shared that when she was 17, she developed it seemed like some type of disordered eating of some sort. She got really stressed. She just like wouldn't eat. She couldn't eat. And then she also has this issue of like disassociating when getting stressed. And she says now she can handle things. Now she's good. The problem is, which is why Alex is doing that same. Alex is like, she presents like a struggle from her past, but it's unclear if it's actually from her past or if this is a current struggle.
She's still dealing with it now, which I'm pretty sure she is, because she still said in her bio that she disappears for weeks and nobody knows where she is.
Oh, jeez.
She's that girl.
Oh, no.
I remember this line from her bio, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, she's the girl who disappears for 2 weeks. You don't know where she is. She's just like off doing art.
She's disassociating.
She's disassociating.
Yeah.
And we've seen this on the best show on television, Couples Therapy.
Oh, yeah.
With one of the couples. I believe both of them had some dissociating issues where they would just run off and just be like, I can't
deal
with anything.
Yeah. Damn.
Which is heavy shit. Heavy shit. And it doesn't mean that you don't deserve love. No. I don't know if you need to be on Love is Blind.
Yeah, I'm trying to be empathetic to her because I appreciate her self-awareness. And too. I think she has a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma. There's a lot there to heal from. I don't know if she's healed and now thus she's ready for Love is Blind. I think she's healing. She's on her journey, right? She's very aware. I think, though, it's just tough when she's talking about things that she struggled with. She often talks about it in the past, like ED, it's in the past. But for Alex, where he's constantly pausing, is I still don't really know you. So I'm having to take your word for it when you say that's who I was. That's not currently my struggle. That was my struggle. And he's like, all I know are these words that you tell me. And I think he said it at one point, like, this is a wild card for me. Like, this is this eating, this food thing. He's like, it's just a wild card. Like, I've never dealt with that. It seems like something very personal. Like, I don't even know how I could help you with that. And she tries to reassure him. But she tries the best she can. She's like, I'm aware. I have my resources. Like, I'm working on these things. But yeah, it's just tough. How can you trust that she's like over these things? You just kind of just have to trust her word. This stranger that you don't know.
Yeah. And you have to gauge what you're willing to deal with, right?
That's what he's trying to gauge.
Which I appreciate, because this girl's probably, is she going to ever be like fully healed or whatever? Who knows if that's going to happen?
Yeah.
Her saying that she has her resources and stuff is great. But a lot of this stuff, as you said, comes up as a present issue. Like, this eating disorder stuff came up because she said she only eats snacks sometimes. So girl, what? And then the disassociative kind of spells that she goes through don't sound great for an anxious attachment style person.
No, not at all.
So that's not a great sell.
It's not a great setup.
or not a great setup, but also really proud of her for being honest in a way that could ruin the relationship that she has with this man. Because a lot of people would just lie.
That's one thing I'll give her credit for. She's not lying. She's not hiding a thing. She's saying, this is me. Take me as I am. You know?
Yep.
Which I appreciate because we see a lot on this show. You find out shit on the other side.
Yes.
And she's putting it all out there for you to make an informed decision.
Yes.
She did call. I didn't really like that she did this. She called out Alex for being like fear-based. She's like, I feel like your inclination is to be very fearful. Which she makes it very clear. He's like, look, I'm trying to find a wife and I want to get it right. And I want to make sure I have all the facts and I make an informed decision, which is fair. I don't think that means he's fear-based at all.
And also, this is scary.
This is scary. You just threw a lot at me, girl. Like,
for everyone who isn't Joey and Monica, this is scary.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, you have to pick one. This is really intense.
Yeah. So I like how he's moving through the process. You know, he's still, because she's his only one at this point, right? He's not dating anybody else.
Yeah.
Just her. But he's still very much like, I can say yes or I can say no.
Yeah,
he's not desperate.
I like how both of them are going about the process, right?
Yeah.
I just don't even know if they need to hold hands and go together.
Right, I know. Yeah, it's a lot. The anxious avoidant, her disassociating,
and disassociating.
When she brought up the disassociating, I said, "Girl, Madison."
I was like, Madison, you can't like. That's what I'm saying. You can't give a bear and be like, "Oh, but I disassociate for 2 weeks. You might not find me."
And just trust me. Yeah. I'm working through it. I'm over it. I don't know you.
Yeah.
And I just did this with my ex. Do I actually want to do this again? I don't know.
I don't know if I'm the best one for you.
For you, actually. Yeah. So we'll see what Alex decides ultimately.
Oh, God.
Then we have Mason. So that's Madison's other guy. So he's a cinematographer. She's an artist. So they kind of, bond over that. Both Packers fans. So that's a whole thing too. We learn already, she lost her dad earlier. And so she kind of talks with him about she's just experienced a lot of loss in her life, right? And she's had to be very strong and resilient. And she kind of feels like an orphan sometimes, even though she does have a mom, but she can't really rely on her mom for things. And she's just really looking for someone who comes from a strong family because hers is so fragmented and she's not really been able to be a kid at all. To sit and just have parents to like ask questions or like rely on. Like she's had to really parent herself and her mom at the same time. So I think that's what she's really attracted to Mason because he tells her he has a really big family and they will take her in. Like so that's a big bonus for him. I think she's been through a lot. Obviously, I think she presents well as someone who's done a lot of self work.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see how it all manifests on the other side if she gets engaged with someone and we see that work being applied. But what I really like about her, which is so small, but she's just like super gentle and like soft spoken and calm and creates a really nice environment to be open. She leads with her own vulnerability. She's vulnerable as fuck. She doesn't hide any. At some points I'm like, girl, you need to keep that story to yourself. Like she shares everything.
Yeah.
She doesn't shy away from it. And that to me is a sign of someone who's done a lot of therapy. You looking at her, you would never guess that she's been through all of this shit. But she, I don't know, just presents as someone who's like very much committed to healing and committed to understanding her shit. And even the fact that she said, I'm breaking generational curses, like she knows what she's doing right now.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. That's a commitment that she made to herself.
So it's very unknown. It's very TBD how this work will apply or how she's applying this work. Because right now we just get words, right? She sounds really good. So we'll see. But I like what I'm hearing and seeing and how she sounds so far. So we'll see. I'm on Madison's team. I want something good for her,
Yeah, same how I'm like Team Lauren. Same situation.
Yeah. So Madison and Mason, it's way more lighthearted over here on this side. Right?
Yeah.
Play a lot of questions games, listen to music, laugh a lot, just kind of vibe. Like we don't see the same depth of conversation as with Alex. eventually, as we know, Madison does tell Alex that she wants to focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
But then we see her get back into the pods with Mason.
Yep.
Not to break up with Mason, but to have another date with Mason.
Yep. This is what I'm talking about with her.
That's where it was like, all right, Madison, now we playing games. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
So she also was kind of like tiptoeing around. She's like, so are you typically the one that breaks up with people, or have you been broken up with? Like kind of tiptoeing into this conversation that should be a breakup, but she don't know yet. Yeah. She's deciding as she goes, which is wrong because you just told Alex that he's the one, but okay.
Yeah.
So he said, Mason, he's never broken up with someone. He's the type that doesn't give up on people. Like he just always kind of keeps going. His usual outcome is the other person ends up leaving him because they fell for somebody else.
Fell in love with someone else.
Love with somebody else.
I have so many questions for you, Mason. How'd that happen? How'd that happen to you more than one time?
That was my thing. Maybe one time, but he said the typical outcome. So that happened to you several times?
Yeah, more than once, which is like, what? Yeah, what were you? You say you're so committed. You say that nobody values you and how great you are, but then they falling in love with somebody else.
Yeah. To me, it gives like homegirl broke up with him weeks ago and he's still calling her his girlfriend.
Yep. Giving Craig and Paige. I thought she was kidding. I thought she was having a bad day.
Yes. He doesn't take the breakup seriously and still kind of clamors after her and she's already moved on with somebody else. Because what does this mean? Multiple girlfriends have fallen in love with other guys. What, Mason? Madison obviously is the opposite. She's the one that does all the breaking.
Of course she does. She's ready to cut that shit off immediately and get out of here. Go back to Jordan.
Literally, like the farthest place. Oh my god. So then she flat out asks him, how do you feel about our connection? Mm-hmm. He kind of talks in circles, right? Because he has Meg. He has somebody else as well. And he knows that Madison also has somebody else. So they're both trying to like not say the thing first. So he's like, I feel very strong about you. There's no one here that makes me feel the way you do. And she's just trying to drag out like a declaration of love, basically. And he ain't giving that. And she was trying to drag it out of Alex too. Alex also wasn't giving it because he's still trying to figure out if he wants to be with you. He don't have nobody else, but he's like, I can leave by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she reveals that Meg, she didn't say Meg's name, but she's like, Meg, your other girl is she's all in on you. Like, it's you or bust.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not that.
Oh my God.
And she does share that she's getting a bit more affirmation from her other connection. But still doesn't break up with him.
She is dirty. She playing dirty. I thought that was real dirty to be like, oh, well, Meg's all in on you, so you got to make a decision. What?
But you not making a decision.
And you not making a decision. And let Meg say that for herself.
Yeah, that was unfair.
That was crazy.
Because Mason immediately was like, oh, I didn't know that. I don't think he knew that Meg wasn't dating anybody else.
Nope.
That wasn't her tea to tell.
Exactly. Focus on yourself, Madison, and the fact that you have to break up with this man.
Yeah.
Because you like the other man.
Yeah. She's playing around. She's trying to drag I love you out of him, but she's not telling him she loves him. She's also not telling him that she wants to be with somebody else because she's still trying to see if she has a chance here.
At the root of this, she just wants to get married really badly. And so she's trying to hedge her bets and make sure she gets married.
Yeah, I think so.
But she's fucking around with people.
She's fucking around. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. And yeah, he just kind of says, you mean a lot to me. I don't want to give up on this connection.
And she said, I know.
And they kind of just end at a standstill. Like neither one of them. And I just feel bad for Alex.
Me too. Oh my God.
But also Alex is smart because he's over there thinking like, I can also say no still. Like, it feels great that she's all in on me or whatever, so she claims. But he also seems like he's still making his decision, honestly. He didn't get down on one knee yet. He didn't even say the word proposal yet.
Nope.
So we'll see with them. Now, last we have Mason and Meg. So Meg is Mason's other girl, the oncology nurse. She's cute. She's kooky. She talks a lot.
She's real kooky. She's the one who gets to late to work every day. She doesn't know her way to work.
Yes, her bio was crazy.
Love this girl.
She don't know which end is up. She don't know what day it is. She is all
God.
over the place.
Oh man,
She present her bio is her. Like
100%. Is that dress? Is that hair? Is everything?
Everything. So yeah, they bond heavy. They love talking like conspiracy theories and aliens
and movies.
They have the same favorite movie.
I have a question for you as a film historian.
What historian? God, don't put that on me.
When you were first dating Nate, did you judge his like movie lists?
Not really. We connected really early on music.
Music,
though.
yeah.
I feel like music is more of a determinant than movies. I found in dating. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For me, I mean, that was one of our first questions on our first. He asked me, he was like, so what kind of music are you into? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I listen to everything, but I can tell you what concerts I've been to or what recent concerts. And I said who, and he was like, oh my God. And then he was sharing who he went to. And like, we just bonded real hard body on music. And that to me, because music is like, it's in your ear every day. It's like, what guides your
it's a specific choice.
Yeah, your vibe. Right. So that to me says a lot more than a lot of people aren't into like a lot of people watch movies and they're not like into movies or like you know, so that to me I don't really judge that much.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's obviously really nice when you find somebody who has your same favorite movie. As a movie amazing. Nerd, that is awesome. But like it wasn't make or break with Nate. Like
okay.
So yeah, they bond on favorite movies. Mm-hmm. And he's really into her because she's just a bundle of joy. She's like totally different from Madison too.
Yeah.
They have a lot of the same interests, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. But she's just like got a lot of energy. She's really fun. Like he has a lot of fun in the pods with her, right? Mm-hmm. Now Meg loves her some Mason. She's not dating anybody else.
Nope.
It's like Mason or Bus. It's been that since like day one. Basically.
I'm surprised he's not a hotter commodity, to be honest. The cinematographer, skateboarder.
That's cool.
I'm going for it because I need this Instagram to be popping off.
Oh God.
Why wouldn't anybody give? I'm so confused by these people. Anyway.
But yeah, they have a lot of fun, but they also avoid deep conversations. Meg and Mason ain't talking about jack shit.
You don't think so?
No. He literally came into the pods and said, this is like their second or third date. I want to get deep with you. Mm-hmm. So what's your best Halloween costume? This is us getting deep.
It was just a test to see what she wore.
That's it. That's it.
That's a new code question. Your best Halloween costume. If it was a bikini, if it was a thigh-high boot, if it was something somebody could fit into and strut around in public, she's probably physically my type.
Yeah.
Woo!
We did see a couple guys ask that. That's crazy. The Halloween thing came up a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they ain't talking about shit. Like they're just laughing, riffing, getting goofy.
Yeah.
She talked a little bit about being from a Christian household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and her parents are really super Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was really it. Mm-hmm. So at one point, they're having fun, laughing, whatever. And he says, every time I'm with you is great, but it confuses me.
Yep. And that stuck with her. She was like, the energy is off.
Yeah.
She had a meltdown in the quarters.
A meltdown. Because for me, that gives, I got somebody else and I don't know if you're it.
Now I don't know. Yeah. You just throw it off from the other person.
From that other person who's more the default person. Yeah. You were the one that confused me, but I'm actually into somebody else. That's what that is. And she picked up on that immediately. She went back into the chords and was like, I'm not his top. Like, I know I'm not his number one. But she's still, trying to shoot her shots, still going in on this. She tells him the comment, made her a bit anxious. And he assures her that he's not connected with anyone. He's not connected with anyone like this before.
That's such a lie. They gotta stop saying that.
It's not true. Yeah.
Which it might be true.
That's the thing. There's a truth to it because he's not connected to someone like they have all the favorite movies. They like alien conspiracy. Like he's never had that with a girl before. But you're connecting hard body with Madison. Like you're connecting a lot with someone deeper. So you're not giving her the full truth, actually. But he's giving her just enough to keep her validated and still coming back on dates with him, which I don't like.
Me either.
So he's doing what he's doing to Meg, what Madison is doing to him.
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
That is so wild. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, back in the quarters, we also do see Mason fully confirm with the guys. I don't know if you caught this, that Meg is not his top person.
Oh, well.
He came back from the pods. Yeah. And someone said, oh, did you just come back from a date with your top? And he said, no.
Just playing around the two of these people.
Yeah.
Mason and Madison also have a lot of sexual energy between the two of them.
Mason and Madison? Yeah, I think more than we've seen with Madison and Alex.
Yeah. In a way that would turn me off. She's like putting all her cards on the table. I can twerk. My nipples are pierced. I can do this. I can do that. In a way that I'm like, girl, you shouldn't even be. He'll find out in
to say all
3 days.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
girl, why? What?
I do think, though, at some point in the pods, like day 3, 4, these people are horny as fuck.
3, 4?
Day 3. And you're spending all day. I feel like they're on dates all day.
They're edging, right? All day, emotionally.
Emotionally. And then eventually you find your few people that you really like. You really get attracted to his voice. You're dreaming about him the last 3 days. I usually think by day 3, 4, these people are horny. That's when you see all the sex talk.
Yeah.
That's when you see the twerking or whatever the fuck, talking about foolishness because ain't nobody can see. Yeah. What are you wearing?
What did you wear last year?
Yeah. What did you wear to bed last night? Like, they are grabbing onto whatever they can because they are trying to fuck.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of sexual tension, right?
Yeah.
You're getting emotional. You're opening up your heart. You're really starting to, fall for this person's voice. Like, so
you probably painted a picture in your head of what they look like based off of whatever they said.
Whatever. Yep. But yeah, he's more into Madison. He's keeping Meg around as an option. And I think Madison is more into Alex and keeping Mason around as an option. So,
yes.
Not good.
No.
Not good. And that was episodes 1, 2, 3. Christine, what did we learn this episode?
Oh my God. You have to judge people by their past. Alex, you specifically. Must judge people by their past.
Hey, attention to everything Madison just told you. Don't take it light at all.
Oh my God. Not saying that Madison does not deserve love. She absolutely does. I do not think this is the right person to give it to her, especially in this sort of process.
Yeah.
And I think she's pretty, as you said earlier, she's very self-aware. She wants somebody with a strong family. Because she doesn't have one. Like, that's something self-aware to even know. But yeah. And Dave, get out of here. Oh, cheating's not that big of a deal. I just did it last time.
That is so crazy. Molly gonna find out, and good luck, girl, because you decided not to ask no questions and just agree with everything he says. So have fun with that.
Wait till he tries to fuck Meg at the bonfire or whatever the fuck you guys gotta do in the next 3 weeks.
Not Meg. Poor Meg.
I know. Because I know Meg's getting asked out. I know it. I know. He's setting her up. Mason is setting Meg up for a breakup and disappointment.
I know. Poor thing.
Crazy. Anyway, what did you learn this time?
How can you trust that someone has evolved from their past? I think a sure sign, and all that Alex can really hang on to with Madison at this point, is just her self-awareness. That she's at least done work to address her past, right? I don't know if Madison is healed. I don't know if we are ever going to really know that until they get out of the pods and see how she's applying this self-work. But the fact that she is able to own a lot of shit, I think is a really good side. And just very open. My parents were addicts. I am avoidant attachment. I dealt with abandonment. Like, she's not hiding anything, which we've seen a lot of people in these pods before hide their shit. She's putting it all out there on the table. And I think that's a great past of someone who is at least trying to evolve past their past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Dave, huge red flag.
Oh my God.
This is someone who is not trying to evolve past his past.
He's like a fire truck blaring with sirens.
blaring, girl. The red flags on 4 on either side. Just
liturgical dancing in your face. What do they do at the Olympics? Flag waving? What the fuck are they doing?
Flag waving, girl.
Flag waving dancing?
Yes.
Girl, what? Oh my God. And Lauren's still like, I don't know. What?
I don't even know. Has he even told Lauren that he cheated? Has that come up yet? We only saw it with Molly, and Molly don't give 2 fucks, clearly. But the fact that he's a red flag is not because he cheated. It's because he can't own it. Mm-hmm. He went into telling her by downplaying it.
Yep.
So that's a huge sign to me that you're not even aware about what you did and how you hurt someone and how hurtful cheating is. Here's what I learned, and just no ownership whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So I think self-awareness, that's like the first sign. And then then you have to just like, to some extent with Alex, like you kind of just have to trust the person.
Decide. Yeah. And decide if that's for you.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, sound off in the comments, y'all, on Patreon.
Please do. What a fun show. Even when it's like
a fun show. Right? It's like it's probably the most boring first 3 episodes of Love is Blind we've seen. But even still, there's so much to talk about. These people are interesting nonetheless. And we'll be here. I think tomorrow we drop 4 through 6.
I think tomorrow. Guys, we just record every day in the month of February. Happy Black History Month.
Seriously, working hard out here. God. Rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon for all the goodness. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.